I think I'm starting to notice a rather unfortunate and deadly pattern based on some stories that I've talked about this year. Whether they were brought on themselves or whether it was just a circumstantial thing of they just weren't paying attention to all the red flags that were presented in front of them. Of course, I talked about that Telbo Raskins dude. At that with what he went through, many of us just really didn't care because of the stuff that came out about him. And then, of course, the outcome of was they dropped the charges against his girlfriend. Then, I did the story about Sade Robinson and the guy that mutilated her. And of course, he got found guilty on every single charge that he was hit with, and the sentencing is going to happen for him, I believe, on August 13th. Well, now we have this story right here that is coming out of Texas involving another interracial couple, where you have this PC man by the name of Joseph Oddo III, who viciously murdered his wife, whose name is Lavera Waddell. She was only 39 years of age and he was 52. So there was an age gap there. And not only did this man take his own wife out, but he confessed to doing it. And then it said that he stayed with her decomposing body for days until their neighbors called 911 because they started to smell a foul odor coming from the house. So this man literally took out his wife and just laid with her corpse, until the cops were called by the neighbors, because he never called them. Let's get into it. And this story was posted on June 11, 2025. A white Texas man is under arrest for the brutal slaying of his black fiancée after he allegedly stayed with her body for at least 3 days because he, quote, wanted to lay with her. William Joseph Oddo III, age 52, was arrested on June 2nd by the Denton County Police on charges of murder and tampering with evidence after confessing to shooting Lavera Waddell in the head. He is being held on a $160,000 bail, which he should not have, considering what he did. Now, if they want to get him on first degree, then I don't see how they can't get him on that one, because this just sounds very premeditated, especially since the fact that he laid with her body for 3 days. Investigators believe the suspect and his 39-year-old fiancée got into a fight on May 6th, but Waddell's body was not found until nearly 2 weeks later, when neighbors called 911 to report a, quote, very foul smell emanating from the apartment they shared, with flies buzzing around the front door. That is wild. So they said they got into a fight on May 6th, and then they found the body wasn't found until nearly 2 weeks later. So first of all, I don't know how many fights they might have gotten into, but if this was the first fight, that's crazy. But either way, it led to this. And then he was laid up with her deceased body because he wanted to, quote, lay next to her. And then they said there was flies near the door. That's how bad it was. He just let her body just lay there. Let me continue. It's honestly heartbreaking. I don't know how it was right above the office. It's the penthouse above the office and right next to the gym. A neighbor from the Timberlinks Golf Club complex told the Denton Record Chronicle. The sprawling apartment community is situated next to one of Texas' top-ranked golf courses. The body stayed in the apartment until May 19th, when police made the gruesome discovery. They were surprised to find the walls and floor were strangely clean, with no blood splatter or blood evidence anywhere in the apartment, reported the outlet. Police located a shotgun in the home along with other unnamed items that could be used to mask smells, but Oddo had disappeared. Soon, investigators turned up surveillance videos showing Oddo in several stores purchasing cleaning supplies on May 13th, a full week after Waddell's murder. Oddo claimed he shot her in the head in self-defense after she ran towards him with a knife during an argument, according to an arrest warrant affidavit obtained by Fox 4. And that's the thing right there. That story wouldn't even hold up for me, because you still laid with her body inside of the home for 2 weeks. So that doesn't even play out right. And then it doesn't sound like there was any type of surveillance cameras inside of the home that could prove that was the case. Oddo claimed he shot her in the head in self-defense, which I already went over. He said he allegedly left the apartment after a week due to the terrible smell, leaving her body behind, and holed up in a motel in Mount Pleasant, about 2.5 hours away, according to the documents. A judge initially granted an arrest warrant on May 28th for tampering with evidence. When police eventually traced Oddo to the motel, they obtained search warrants to his motel room and vehicle after he gave a damning interview on June 2nd, according to arrest documents. Police claim Oddo waived his Miranda rights and confessed to the killing, telling investigators that he scrubbed the murder scene because he, quote, wanted to lay with his deceased fiancée, and that he laid with her body for approximately 3 days, according to the Denton Record Chronicle. He also confirmed that he used the shotgun found in the apartment to kill her. Well, no kidding. Denton police say there were red flags before the heinous slaying. There had been a history of domestic violence calls related to the couple. That's usually typically how it goes. So that answered my question, because I was like, is this their first fight? But apparently this was many fights later. But that's crazy. That is wild. It's wild of the whole situation. I mean, this guy literally took out his wife. She was the body is still in the house for 2 weeks. They said there were flies coming by like near the door. That's how bad the smell got. And you know, when something is out like that, that's dead, like a carcass, that's what it attracts: vultures and flies and fleas and ticks and all other type of things that want to feast, because that's what they're attracted to. He didn't call the police not one time. They said the neighbors called because the smell coming from the apartment was so foul that they just couldn't stand it anymore. Then they said that he ended up fleeing and was held up in a hotel or a motel somewhere, and then he came back and just laid with her body because he wanted to, quote, lay with her. I don't know why you took her out with a whole shotgun. I can imagine how that looked. And they said, of course, you know, when he went to the store and got the cleaning supplies, that's why everything looked clean when the cops got there, because I can imagine what it looked like before he went to the store to get that cleaning supplies. But this is just another sad story. It's another unfortunate, also cautionary tale to a lot of these people out here who think that the grass is greener on the other side. I present to you another exhibit that we're going. This is the third one this year. Well, the second one that has occurred this year. The other one was a case from something that happened a year ago. But yeah, to those who keep thinking that everything is greater on the other side, y'all better start vetting these people. And another thing, again, that made me kind of side-eye this was the age difference. This guy is 52 and she was 39. She was 1 year shy. And I don't know when her birthday was. I don't know if she just turned 39 or she was about to turn 40. So either she was about to turn 40 next year, or she was turning 40 next year. I'm not sure. But either way, you have to really vet whoever it is that you're dating, because again, that was a rather significant age gap between the both of them. I'm not saying that it couldn't have happened if they were even closer in age, because it would have still happened. It reminds me also again with the Sade Robinson case, and that was an even bigger age gap because she was 19 and that guy was 33, 34 years old. So yeah, y'all just got to be extra careful out here with these others, rather I should say, these maniacs, because this is exactly what this guy is right here. I mean, you could just look at him and tell something is off. But I hope they throw the book at him. They haven't said what he's been charged with yet. They just said that he's been arrested and held, like he got that $160,000 bail, which he should not have. I don't know why he has it, but I don't see how he can't be charged with anything in the first degree, because that, in my opinion, looked very premeditated and very orchestrated. But you know, it is Texas at the end of the day, so we shall see how the outcome of that will be. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.